So banded mobilizations for the shoulder, just wanted to show you a couple of options you can use. I've got a pretty thick band here. I've just got it looped over the top of my rig here for the pull-up bar. You can, anything that's going to be stationary that can hold your weight up high. A pull-up bar, a stair banister, a pole in the basement if you've got something you can clamp on there to keep it up high. A lot of times people that have TRX or some kind of suspension trainer, it comes with a door anchor. You can put the door anchor on the other side of the door, make sure the door is opening away from you, so you're pulling against the door. You don't want the door to open towards you and risk it pulling out. But if you put that door anchor on, typically you can hook a band up there. Bands are too thick to go over the door and close the door, so you need the anchor to go through there. Anyway, go through a couple of mobilizations with the band for the shoulder, and I like using the band because as opposed to holding on to something stationary, it allows a little bit of movement, and you can kind of grade against how you push against that. Remember, we talked about mobility and flexibility kind of go together. Mobility is the joint moving, flexibility is the muscles allowing the joint to move through its full range of motion. So we'll take the band all the way up in the armpit here, and I'm gonna lean forward and get some tension against that. I'm gonna raise my arm up and down and back and forth. So if I'm just raising my arm up and down, my shoulder blade is moving, which it's supposed to do. But if your shoulder joint is stiff, this band's going to help kind of stabilize that a little bit and give you a little cue to keep that still as you move your shoulder more than your shoulder joint, okay? So you can go front to back, you can turn so the band is kind of pulling against your shoulder blade that way as you lift out to the side. So it's going to give some pressure against the shoulder blade that way. And you can turn around here. Take your hand, reach up through the band and grab it, and you're gonna get a good hip hinge and sit back, drop your chest down, and the band is wanting to pull you up that way. And again, that's pulling on the shoulder blade, good stretch through the lats, and I just like to rotate my body around that as I'm kind of leaning back, really feel that shoulder joint getting pulled out of the socket to help mobilize that, stretch all the muscles around there, make it easier for whenever we're doing anything overhead or pushing, pulling motions, anything that's going to involve stress to that shoulder joint. You want to make sure that's moving as much as you can. Just a couple quick things to use the band for shoulder mobility. If you got suggestions or questions, let me know. Thanks, y'all.